I feel like I'm getting some real like Tessa Gray vibes mixed with like Isabel Lightwood. I'm not mad about it. Hello, cheers, and welcome back to another video. I have just finished cleaning up my mess, so I'm ready to get to it now. I just finished my very first week of the Make Your Myth Take a Readathon, and I started with Chain of Gold. So I just finished reading Chain of Gold. I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings, some good, some bad, so we're gonna dive right into this. This is gonna be non-spoilery for like the whole time, but I'm also gonna make a drink that I'm calling the Champagne of Gold. So I'm very excited about it. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, let's get to it. So the first thing that you are going to need is going to be a champagne glass. Now I didn't have any, and I also didn't want to spend a lot of money on them because I rarely drink champagne. So I just decided I went and got these from Target for pretty cheap. They're little plastic ones. They're cute. They're gold. They're on theme. So you need that, and then you need elderflower liquor. I didn't even know what that was until today, so real fun. I got extra brut champagne, but you can get whatever kind of champagne you want. And then also you need little gold dust. That's gonna be what makes the drink gold. So yeah, I got it from a cake store. You can't really find it at like Target or anything. It was kind of annoying, but hopefully it's really cute and worth it. Okay, so first we're gonna start off with a shot of the elderflower liquor. So since this is a double shot, I'm gonna fill half a shot. I've never tasted this, so it actually smells really delicious. I don't know what it tastes like. Maybe I'll take a little sip of it. Oh wow, that's like super sweet. I put the sugar here because I thought that maybe at some point I would need to add like a dash of sugar, but this is so sweet I don't even think it's gonna need it. Maybe I might do a little bit more since I took a little sip. I'm gonna do like a shot and a half of it. Yeah, because it's really sweet and delicious, so why not? So I have my shot and a half of the elderflower liquor right here, and I'm just gonna add that to my glass. Again, it's super sweet, so if you want it to be a little bit more sweet, then I would add more of it, and if you don't want it as sweet, you want more of the champagne, then add less. Oop. And then I'm gonna take my gold dust, and not even doing the full teaspoon, I grabbed 1/4 teaspoon, but I'm just gonna take a little tiny dash of it because a dash goes a long way. So I'm just gonna add that straight into here. Wow, this is so pretty. Oh my god, I love it. It's going all straight to the bottom. I'm gonna put that in there. And then I'm gonna top the rest off with champagne. So it's super easy to make, and it's really pretty. I recommend doing this at like parties. If you have someone who's able to make the drinks. I bet this would look so good at like a New Year's party. And I think it also adds that my little plastic glasses have gold already on them. Oh my god, I love it! I'm also just gonna take a little spoon to stir in some of the gold. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Can you see it? It's almost doing this like lava lamp effect that you can't really see in this glass. Maybe I'll add me doing it in another glass so that you can see what it looks like. But it's so cute. So let's taste it. Wow. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. This probably might be my favorite thing I've ever made. Oh my god. I love it so much. So now that we have the drink made, there's some things I want to talk about. I have read all of the Cassandra Clare books so far, including all of the short stories. Everything that there is to have read by Cassandra Clare, I have read it. So I'm pretty well versed in all of her writing. So I've read The Mortal Instruments, I've read The Infernal Devices, I've read her new series, I don't remember what it's called, but Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows. I've read all of those books, and then I've also read all of the short story collections, so I'm pretty well versed in her writing. Chain of Gold was a little bit different for me. Now, I really did like it. I had a lot of really great moments in here, but there were also some parts that I didn't like. So just to keep it non-spoilery, like, Cordelia is the main character, and something that I found really interesting was Cordelia was said to be the main character, but there weren't a lot of times that, like, the story was in her point of view. Like, I felt like it didn't even start in her point of view. It was in James way more, and I actually felt like James was more of the main character in, like, this whole story. And so, like, I know that Cordelia on the cover is supposed to be, like, the absolute, like, main character, and it's still written in everyone else's point of view, so it's, like, not overshadowing her, and she does have her moments. But I felt like she wasn't the true main character of this novel. I actually feel like it was centered way more around James. So I think that that was my initial issue with it, is like I felt like I couldn't connect to Cordelia like the whole first half of the novel. It got a little bit better towards like the second half of it. I would say like around like 200 to 300 pages. It started to really like pick up on her end. But for the most part, like most of it was about James and another character and their family, and so I think that was one of the things that hit for me. I really connected to James, I really connected to Lucy, and like right away, but then there were other characters who it took me a longer time to connect to, so I really didn't get to know Cordelia until like halfway through the novel, where I was like, okay, I know who she is, I know what she's going for, like I know who she is as a person. But when things were in her point of view at first, I kind of would get bored because it was mainly all about like one specific want that she had, which I won't share because that's kind of a spoiler. So yeah, this is my very first readathon, and I was super excited to be participating. I think part of my issue with that was that I had to speed through this, and I felt like I wasn't really like taking in everything as well because I was just trying to get through it so that I can film this video. There were a couple things that happened about like halfway through this week. I actually ended up getting a puppy. Her name is Luna. I guess she's not really a puppy. I think she's like 8-year-old. But she's a puppy to me. All dogs are puppies. You guys can meet her. Luna! Come here! Come here! Okay. This is Luna. I don't know what kind of dog she is. She was a found dog. The family who had her before me found her about a month ago, and I think they wanted to keep her, but they had another dog already, and I don't know if they got along, so she ended up with me, and I'm very happy about it. But I got her this week, and she also didn't have her shots or like neutered or anything, so a lot of my time went into like planning her vet visits, getting it approved through my apartment, so it pushed me behind in my book a lot. But isn't she just the most precious little thing ever? But yeah, so that was my big issue with it. Some of the things that I loved is like about halfway through, the characters started to be a little bit more in-depth and have like another layer to them. So like one of the characters who I think like really changed in my mind throughout reading this book was Alastair Carstairs. He was very one-dimensional for me for a long time, so then it added, you know, 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions, and I was able to see more sides to him that I wasn't able to see before. And then also Thomas Lightwood was, you know, someone who was in the background for like a majority of the first half of the book, and mainly he was there to like serve a purpose to the Merry Thieves. And then I feel like he really showed his character and like what his beliefs were and what he was as a character, and I felt like after he did that I connected with him so much more. So yeah, I ultimately gave this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. Again, it was a Cassandra Clare book. I love all of her books. I think that the only reason I didn't give it 5 stars like I normally would was because of me not connecting to the characters like the first part of the book. For the next book that I'm going to be doing, for the next part of the readathon, it's going to be Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Again, I know nothing about this book, so I'm super excited. It's a lot different than going into a Cassandra Clare book that I knew I was going to love. So the fact that I'm going into this one completely blind, I'm really pumped. Please watch my TBR video if you guys are curious about the Make Your Myth Taker Readathon, which is hosted by A Frolic Through Fiction and Beige Pages. But I talk about it way more in depth over there. If you guys haven't already watched it, I'll link it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't say it in the beginning, so I am Taylor, one half of Tipsy Book Talks, and I 10 out of 10 recommend that you guys make this drink. If you guys do decide to do it, please let me know down in the comments, and make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of really fun content coming out. I am doing the Make Your Myth Taker Readathon, and Rayanne is doing a Prideathon, so we have a lot of really fun content coming out this month. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think of this, and cheers!